Okay, so we should be streaming live, and this is the first inning podcast, and I'm the BX Bomber, and I'm along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hey, BX Bomber, how are you doing? I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon. I'll be leaving for New Jersey tomorrow, and I'll be at the games with you next weekend.
Yeah, it's the final homestand of the Yankees, man.
Yes, the year has gone by very quickly, and the Yankees did have a decent series in Seattle. They won 4-0, 4-2, and then have a tough game, that third game, where they lost 3-2. The Seattle scored a very soft run in the eighth inning there with the walk, and then the stolen base, and then the sacrifice, and they scored a very soft run to beat the Yankees on the third game against Seattle. And the Yankees did not take advantage of many opportunities. They had the bases loaded at one point earlier in the game, and only ended up scoring one run with a bases loaded walk. So they really squandered a opportunity there. And at another time, they had a leadoff double and did not score him either. So they did not take advantage of opportunities in that third game, but at least they did take 2 out of 3 from Seattle.
Yeah, Didi came back in the series too, as well.
Yes, that's good. That's good. He's getting back into it, and I heard some good news that Judge was taking some batting practice, and he hit a home run in batting practice.
He hit a few actually out there. I seen the video on it. He was hitting. He had like 2 or 3. I think like 3 of them out.
Wow,
out of 4 home runs.
Great.
So they say that Aaron Judge will be back for the series of Baltimore in the stadium.
Wow, okay, that'll be at the very end of the season.
He should be right back after the Boston. September 21st, he should be back.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I'll be missing him. I'm looking forward to seeing you for the Toronto series, and then one game against the Red Sox on the 19th. But that's good that he'll be back. He's still feeling pain, but if he can get back, that'll be a big boost to the Yankees to have him back. And the West Coast trip was so-so. You know, they were 3-3. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Athletics and won 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. So they minimized damage anyway. And with it, they're going for their 90th win tonight. So they're going for their 90th win.
They got Hap on the mound tonight.
Yes, J. Happ is pitching tonight against Kyle Gibson for the Minnesota Twins. And the Minnesota lineup, they have some decent players like Jorge Polanco at shortstop and Joe Mauer at first base and Logan Forsythe at second base. And Jake Cave was a Yankee prospect that ended up on the Twins, and he's playing center field. And Max Kepler in right field has been a good player for them, and also Robbie Grossman in left field. So the Twins have been a disappointment this year in comparison to the way they were last year. They're well behind the Indians, and the Indians really have that Division I, the American League Central.
Yeah, because the last time the Yankees played the Minnesota Twins, that was like in April, and they beat them 14-1.
Yeah, the Yankees have the Minnesota Twins number historically, at least over the past decade or so. Minnesota plays well at home, but the Yankees have a tendency to do very well against Minnesota. And obviously they won the wild card against them last year. It was a little bit scary. You were at that game when the Twins got off to a 3-0 lead in the first inning. But then the Yankees came right back with that Didi Gregorius home run in the wild card game. And you have a blog of that from the 2017 season. And but the Yankees have historically done very well against the Twins, so I'm hoping they have a very good series. And it'll be coming on shortly at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees have a very tough stretch ahead, man. And this is a bad time to be having a bad stretch. Because Oakland is going on to play Baltimore.
Right.
And Baltimore ain't playing so good. And Oakland is on a 4-game winning streak right now. So,
exactly.
You know, the Yankees can't afford to lose games because they're only ahead 2.5 games above in the wild card.
Exactly.
So they can lose it
Exactly.
very quickly. They will be in the playoffs because Seattle they dropped down to like 7.5 games behind. So they will
Right.
make the playoffs, but the problem is they might not get the home field advantage.
I know they have to hang on, and they have a 3-game lead in the loss column, but 2.5 overall. And the Tampa Bay Rays have been surprising. The Rays have caught up to the Seattle Mariners record-wise, and the Rays have been surprising, but Seattle has dropped off. And the deal is the Yankees finish up the season against the Boston Red Sox, and we certainly
Yeah,
don't want to fly from Boston all the way out to California for that wild card game. We want to have it back at Yankee Stadium.
yeah. So the Oakland A's, they already know it's party time. They're gonna try to win every game they're gonna play because this is
Yes.
their chance. This is their chance to make it. You know what I mean? And the
Yes.
Yankees are playing horrible, and I don't even see them getting any better either, man. It sucks. It's horrible.
Well, they've been mediocre. Really, is what they've been. Mediocre. They've been 4-6 over their last 10, really, and they've been playing around 500. And at least they have that series against the Orioles at Yankee Stadium. They should do well in that one. And I certainly would like to see them do well against Toronto when we're there for the games that weekend, next weekend with Toronto, who's out of it.
Yeah.
So it's the Yankees just have to play up to their potential and play a little bit better than they're playing now, where they've been mediocre.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If it wasn't for Luke Voigt over there, the Yankees would be crying right now. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And Andujar, if it wasn't for Andujar either, the Yankees would be crying because Andujar got over like 150 hits already in the season. You know what I mean?
He's been fantastic.
Yeah, so if he keeps that up every year, he could get 3,000 hits as a Yankee if he stays a Yankee or whatever. But, you know, if he continues to, average almost 200 hits, like 180, 170, around there, you can get 3,000 hits in a 19-year career of baseball.
Yes. But he's definitely off to a very good rookie season. You know who's in a terrible slump right now? Giancarlo Stanton is in a terrible slump right now. He's about 6 hits for his last 60 at-bats, batting about 100 over the past couple of weeks. Giancarlo has been in a terrible slump, and I'm sure he'll be happy to see Judge back in the lineup so he's not trying to carry everything himself. But he's been on a horrific slump over the past several weeks.
And he has 130 hits. You know, in a season. He's the second hottest hitter on the team. Him and Didi is third.
Right.
You know?
But, as far as hits, and he does have 33 homers, but right now he's more in a very bad slump. I hope he gets out of it. And but Andujar has been outstanding.
That's the guy, man. That's the guy. And you know what? I see the Yankees trying to baby in what's his name? Hashigawa?
Danny
Hechavarria. There you go. Hechavarria. That guy, they're grooming him to be that new shortstop. You know that, right? Didi's on his way out.
Well, I don't know if Didi's on his way out. Danny Hechavarria is a pickup. I'm not even sure if he'll be on the team next year. They picked him up to back things up for right now, but he's a very good shortstop, and he's not an automatic out either. You know, he's about a 250, 260 hitter. Doesn't have anywhere near the power that Didi Gregorius has.
Yeah.
But he's a very good fielder, and he's a good stopgap for right now. And so we'll see how everything goes with him.
But they got a future infield there. If they keep that squad there, and Duhar, Heshua, whatever the hell his name is, and Hechavarria, and Torres, you know, and then if you keep Luke Voigt, if he keeps playing well, you got a nice little infield there. You know what I mean? That can grow. You know, in the future, man. And then they got the veterans behind them. I don't know how long they'll last. Gardner and Stanton, you know, but you got Hicks. He's young, kind of, you know, and Judd.
Late 20s.
Yeah, and Judd, he's young, kind of too. So, You know, they got a pretty good team that can make a little dynasty there if they keep playing. You know, but not like this though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, well as I said on the last podcast, there's peaks and valleys throughout the season. They remember the stretch where the Yankees looked like world beaters for a couple of months, and now they're going through a mediocre streak right now. And I certainly hope that they turn it around and get a little momentum before they go into the playoffs. And playing the Twins is a good recipe for them right now because, as I said, they often do very well against the Minnesota Twins. But the Twins do play well at home. But let's hope for a good series against the Minnesota Twins tonight.
What's his name still pitching over there in Minnesota?
Oh, Phil Hughes?
Yeah, does he pitch in Minnesota still?
No, I think he went out to another team, and I'm not sure what's happening with Phil Hughes right now. But the Twins have guys like Kyle Gibson and Chase DeYoung and Jose Barrios and those types of pitchers.
Yeah, because I gotta refresh my memory because we don't even see the Twins. Like I said, the last time we saw them was in April. You know,
right?
So it's like I forgot about the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, well, they'll have Joe Mauer leading off.
Yeah, the dinosaur.
Blanco batting second, Rosario third, Forsythe fourth, Jake Case fifth, Mitch Garver sixth, Max Kepler, who's good, seventh, right fielder, Robbie Grossman in left field, and Adrianza at third base. Adrianza plays third base for them, so... But they're a disappointment this year compared to what they were last year. They had 85 wins last year, and they are way behind the Indians at this point.
Man, who would have thought Paul Molitor would be a great manager, right?
Yes. But so hopefully the Yankees could have a good series starting this evening. J Happ has been good, and right now they have Severino lined up in the pitching rotation to start the wild card game. But we'll have to see how it goes. J Happ has been pitching better recently than Severino. But the way they have it lined up now, Severino is lined up to face the Red Sox and to face the wild card game. So that's how they have it lined up now. But we'll see who they pitch in the wild card game.
Oh man, who pitches after Severino? Is it Tanaka?
Yes, Tanaka.
Wow, I hope they go with Tanaka instead.
Yeah, Tanaka showed himself to be a big game pitcher last year in the playoffs. He did very well last year in the playoffs. And basically attacking that wild card game last year and gave up those 3 hits. They took him out in the first inning, and they brought in Chad Green to get out of that. And then fortunately the Yankees were able to come back with those 3 runs with the Didi Gregorius homer in the bottom of the first. And that's a fun vlog. That vlog of you at that wild card game. Must have been really exciting for you.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back at that wild card game, but we're still trying, man.
We'll have to take it by ear. Right now, I'm looking forward to seeing you next weekend, and I'll be traveling up tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to see the Somerset Patriots, which is a minor league baseball team that plays in Bridgewater, New Jersey, on Wednesday. And then Thursday, no baseball, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow, they still got baseball over there? Because our baseball ended. The Cyclones and everything ended already.
Yeah, they're playing, but it's the very end of the season. They're going to start the playoffs the following week.
Okay, yeah. The Cyclones ended like last weekend. It was their final home game.
Right. The Patriots play in an independent league, basically, Atlantic East Coast Independent League, and they're fun games to go to. I know you like to go to see the Cyclones too. It's always fun going to a minor league ballpark and being up close to the players, and it's very family friendly.
Yeah, Cyclones, man. The visiting players, they don't know what to do. You know how you treat a player at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
They were like, you get up close and personal, be like, "Yo, man, we're gonna win today." They look at you like if you have three heads, you know. Like I just asked you if
Yes.
you're gonna win today, and then like don't know what to say.
42nd.
42nd. Okay, so on Saturday we can meet you downtown, man, and we can go get something to eat or something like that before the game.
Oh, really? Do you want to do that? You can meet me at the Port Authority.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But because the game's at 4 o'clock, so if we can meet around lunchtime.
Oh, okay. I'll try to come in early that day then. That sounds good. That sounds good.
It's gonna be a quick talk, but you know.
Yeah, and then the way we go up is we take the A train to 59th Street and the D train to 161st.
Yeah,
and
you can do that.
That's how you would get downtown too. If you want to leave from 161st, you just take the D downtown to 59th Street and then exchange to the A train, and you get off at the 42nd Street Port Authority exit. And then when we meet in the Port Authority, we'll have our phones and we'll arrange a meeting spot.
Yeah, absolutely. On a street and a time, you know.
Right. That sounds like a good idea.
Man.
Sounds like that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
And that's so I'm definitely looking forward to this coming weekend. And so let's hope the Yankees have a good series against the Minnesota Twins. And Jay Happ is starting tonight for the Yankees, and he has been their best pitcher so far for at least the past several weeks or so. And Tanaka had a very good start against Seattle. Tanaka shut the Mariners out, going 8 innings, and shutting the Seattle Mariners down 4-0. So Tanaka looked very strong against Seattle. And we'll be seeing Tanaka this coming Friday night. Tanaka will be starting.
I think Tanaka's holding back, man, on pitching. He hasn't been throwing that fastball lately. He's been throwing it very few percentage of the time. So he's holding back, man. So I think he's holding it for the playoffs.
Yeah, he likes to throw the splitter a lot. He throws the splitter and a lot of breaking pitches.
Yeah, because that's easier on his arm.
Yes.
You know?
And he tops out around 92. He can really get it up there when he wants to, but he does give up home runs. That's his bugaboo, that he gives up home runs, and he also often gives it up off the four-seam fastball. But he likes to throw the splitter a lot, and he had an outstanding outing against Seattle in his last outing.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. So, no, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. But anyway, I hate to say it, but the device I'm on starting to beep, which means that my battery, I've got a phone that needs to have a battery replaced.
I hear that.
But we might have to call. So we might have to call the podcast here.
Absolutely, it's been a great podcast.
Yes, it has been, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'll be seeing you next Friday.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna see you there. Absolutely. I'm gonna I still have to buy these damn tickets. I have to go tomorrow to the ticket booth and buy them, or I'm gonna just get them online. I'll just go to the ticket booth
and get them. You're right next to Yankee Stadium. You can go right over.
Yeah, and I see you, man. I'll see you on Thursday. I'll get them and we'll talk to you then.
Okay, take care.
Alrighty. That's the end.
All right, very good, excellent. Yeah, what happens is this phone, the battery is low, and I couldn't call from outside because we have some rain situations going on outside. But yeah, that was good. That was a short one. I guess it was about 25 minutes or so, and that was pretty good. We talked about the Minnesota Twins and the series coming up. I'll have them on MLB Network tonight, and I just have to do a little bit more picking up in the basement, and I'm all washed up, and I shaved off the beard, and the bag is basically packed, so I'll be all set to go. My friend Sigrid's bringing me to the train station tomorrow.
Nice. So you're all ready, man. You're already all set.
Yep.
So
I get all cleaned up and showered and stuff and packed the night before. I like to have stuff done the night before.
Yeah, I hear you.
so I can take it a little easier in the morning, you know. And so that's how that is there. So anyway, I'll give you a call tomorrow from my cell phone, okay?
Absolutely. We'll hear from you then. Safe travels.
I'll give you a call when I'm on the train. Oh, you'll be at work when I'm on the train.
No, tomorrow. No, I'm not working tomorrow. It's a holiday.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay,
yeah,
I'll give you
I'll
a
be
call
good.
tomorrow afternoon then.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Safe travels.
Okay, take care. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.